7 world-class award-winning plugins used by countless professional engineers in post, broadcast, music, and even live sound. Join the elite who own Sonox Elite because you're worth it.
Wait, what? Because you're worth it.
Cut! We're here at Musikmesse 2014 and I'm here with Danny Olesh from SMPro, and they've got a new digital mixer, and there's something a bit different about it, isn't there, Danny? Tell us about it.
There's several things that are different about it. The main thing is that we are not constrained to work with any specific device. The control of the mixer is done via web. All the software is written in HTML5, which means you can run on iPad and Android and PC and Mac, and a single update, everything works, just from your web browser.
Okay, so there's no apps, no updating, anything like that?
Correct, there's no apps. I mean, updating, you always can have an update, but it's just a matter of updating the unit itself. Mm-hmm. The unit has a web server built in and a Wi-Fi router. That's the other big difference.
Okay, so you're not having to get separate equipment, it's all literally an all-in-one solution.
That's correct. If you wanted to run your own router or connect with a cable, you can still connect a Cat5 to it, cable, Ethernet cable, and connect via a normal router to a PC, for example, or a Mac. If you wanted to control it, you don't have to have a touchscreen device to control it. You can use any type of device.
Okay, so do you want to give us a quick rundown of the features of it then? What can
Absolutely.
they do? What's
Certainly.
in the range?
We've got the uMix Mini, which is 8 channels. You've got 8 inputs. They're all with remote mic pre's. You've got the uMix 12, the 16, and the 24. All of them vary in outputs as well. All of them obviously have stereo outputs, but you've got different numbers of auxiliaries. The 24, for example, has 8 balanced auxiliary outputs, plus your master left and right. On the 16 and 8, you also get the Waves plugins, the max bass and max volume on your master outputs. And on the 12, you get 4 effects processors. A couple of them are built into the DSP, and a couple of them which you'll be able to change, which are built into the ARM processor that we use.
Okay, so the fact that you're using an ARM processor, does that mean that there's scope then to use other plugins further down the line from other
Certainly.
plugin makers?
That is correct. There's a dual core ARM processor in there. On the 16 and 24, we also have another slot in the side where we can plug in other devices to give you the ability to connect external DSP and external multi-track recording and playback, and as well as giving you the ability to connect more inputs and outputs out of the unit itself. So you can expand it.
But out of the box, it's got, what, a stereo record on output? Or?
The uMix 8 is only stereo playback, so all the devices have a USB for stereo playback. The 12, 16, and 24 have a 12 two-channel record as well, built in.
Excellent. So how much are these things going to cost then, and when are they going to be shipping?
So the 8 and the 12 will be shipping in June, July, roughly. And the uMix Mini, which is the 8-channel one, is €199. So it gives you a digital mixer for €199. Chuck it on the floor, plug in your device, your wireless device that you want to control it with, and off you go. You can save shows and presets. You've got 3-band parametric EQ and a high-pass filter on every channel. You've got dynamics on every channel, plus an effects processor up to 4.
So can you give us a quick run through of what's actually in the software?
Certainly.
In the HTML?
Absolutely, definitely. So although this looks like an app, okay, I'm using the Atomic Web browser on this iPad mini, and you can see I'm logged into the IP of the mixer there. That's the browser, okay?
And so just, what are all these different pages? Just want to flick through those quickly?
Okay, so obviously we have, as you can see, we have levels, we've got mutes and solos. So if I solo a channel, you can see directly muting the channels. You've got the gain control here as well, and that changes to a red color. Okay, so you've got the gains. You've got the overview. The overview gives you all the inputs and outputs that are coming out of the mixer, so you can jump to certain sections if you want to jump to effects returns or to subgroups. That's the 3-band parametric EQ.
Excellent. With
variable cue point and a high-pass filter. Dynamics, you've got built-in dynamics, okay? So you can change the compression, threshold, and attack, hold, release, standard stuff.
Yeah.
The dynamics are available also on every auxiliary and on the master outputs. And on the EQ side, you also have on the auxiliaries a multi-band graphic, 15-band graphic EQ, and as well as on the masters.
So let's go a bit deeper in then. Let's how many of these devices can you use at once?
So up to 10 devices you can use at once, and they don't all have to be the same device. You can combine different devices with different operating systems and use them at the same time. You can also lock out the features from different devices. So if you want someone doing auxiliaries only, auxiliary 1, you can lock them out to auxiliary 1 only. But if you want yourself as the front engineer to do EQ and levels on 2 separate screens, you can do that as well.
Okay, excellent. So you've also got plugins on the output.
There's the plugins on the outputs. We have the Waves logo here. Then you got a max bass and a max volume on your master outputs on the uMix 16 and 24. We have quick jump things, for example, here, where we can fly out to the effects returns, subgroups, auxiliary masters, so you can quickly jump between the different sections. You can assign your own group of faders, combination of effects returns, groups, and auxiliary sends, so you can view your own group, jump between banks. You can do things like, if we go back to the game, for instance, obviously renaming channels and assigning stereo auxiliaries or stereo channels, assigning to subgroups. A lot of features that are built into bigger consoles. Okay.
Great. So the cheapest one is 199 euros.
Yeah.
How much are the bigger ones?
So then you go to the 12, which is 399 euro. The 12 has more auxiliary sends and another effects processor built in. And 16 is 699 euro, and the 24 is 999 euro.
Great. Okay. Thanks very much.
You're welcome.
Cheers.